Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and I'm here with another reaction to The Runaways. We are on season 1, episode 5, which is called Kingdom. And I have no idea really what that would refer to be honest. At this point, it can mean a lot of things. But I am looking forward to the episode. A quick recap of what we saw in episode 4, which was the main highlights really was that Victor Stein, or Chase's dad, is losing his mind. He's losing it. He's definitely not doing well. His invention, whatever the weird pod thing is that's supposed to be dematerializing people and sending whatever he's taking from them to Carolina's creepy grandfather or father. It's not working. So Victor's kind of coming apart at the seams because he can't seem to figure out what's going wrong. And then on top of it, he's actually murdering these girls or these sacrifices because, you know, they're not dying and he's trying to cover his tracks, and it's obviously taking a mental and potentially an emotional toll on him as well. So the pride seems to be having some issues, like that you can see that in particular Tina and Leslie are not feeling too confident in his skills anymore, and unfortunately because Destiny her sacrifice was not what they needed it to be, they're saying they need to get somebody else. The creepy relationship between Carolina's mother and, I say grandfather, but I don't know what kind of weird light bright crap was going on underneath the sheets there last episode, but it felt like there's a little more than just fatherly love going on. Oh God, I can't believe I even said that. Blech. Anyways, I think there might be some lies going on there about the relationship that they truly have. And then of course we ended the episode with Alex being kidnapped, which obviously bad news. Who took him? My guess is it might be some of the hood friends that we saw introduced in the second episode. But anyway, no more talking. Let's get into the episode and then we can chat about hopefully the answers to all these questions later. Okay? Boop. Speaking of Papa Wilder, woo! 18 years ago. This is before Alex.
Yo, G.
Yo, G.
Have fun.
Wow, got a little hero worship going on there.
Wrong.
Dr. Doom?
You're Jeffrey Wallace.
On strip mall. How you know about that?
I'd like to buy it from you.
None of your
My
business.
opening offer is $5 million.
$5 million for a junk property in
Hello.
South Central?
But I assure you, I have nothing but the best intentions for this property.
I don't believe you, Dr.
Like
Doom.
some time to maybe incarcerated for some time. Doesn't make for a very convenient partnership.
I can handle my business from the inside.
Right? Like, have you never watched a prison movie?
You don't look like a dude who just got a hand job from his tenderoni lawyer.
Ew!
What, she break up with you?
Why is he all up in your business? I think he might be in love with you, bro.
B, she still got. I need you to tell him that you shot Osiris, not me. I got a deal on the table that'll change all.
Never take the rap. Never.
All right, big homie.
Ugh.
I got you.
Even you know you were stupid.
What if it was my church? What if they figured out that we got those files and all of those kids?
Wow, look who's suddenly not on the my parents are innocent wagon
My mom is a
anymore.
murderer. All of our parents are murderers.
Damn, whoa. All the way off the wagon.
What about Chase?
Gert needs to
Sent him like
stop.
a million texts, but he hasn't answered any of them. Shouldn't he be here? We'll keep trying him on the way, but we can't lose Alex.
You can worry about your thirst later, okay? Bigger problems at hand.
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
I know I've been hard on you.
How scared he is.
When it was just me, my imagination, and my hands. It's when the ideas were the purest. Working with you, it reminds me of that.
I like working with you too, Dad.
You know, there was an invention in those days. See if we can perfect the damn thing together.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He's so excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all the more heartbreaking when he realizes his dad's crazy.
You two are close?
Ooh, me and G? Shit. Tight as hell.
You never say nothing?
You were a
Guess I
groupie.
can't say I'm someone.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Mama.
Almost here. Who are you on the phone with?
Mama better not find out.
Wrong number.
I think you should tell his mama, because I'd be very interested to see how she can handle this.
Imagine having their Six Flags. Karina, are you checking your blind spots?
Blind spot? You don't got time for that, girl.
This is kind of fun.
Molly, the adrenaline junkie.
I think the only people good with tech lives in Brentwood. Say that.
Right?
You ain't had to say it.
I felt your snubbery. What the hell? Go! Dude! Alex!
Not abandoning Alex.
But we have no chance.
I say we do. Carolina, go.
That's right. Feel free to get out the car, Gert. Go chase your boy.
Get off of me.
What is she doing?
She's about to wreck some fools.
Molly!
What is she doing?
Yes, Molly! Yes! Let these hobos know what's up!
What the hell?
Yeah. Woo! Look what she learned!
You have superpowers too?
Aww! Molly's like friend!
She glows. Great.
Life ain't fair, Gert. I know.
Got the whole gang together, huh?
Yep. Damn!
What is happening
They're
right
like
now?
my teen heroes. Okay. He's about to shoot some kids. Okay. He's not too bright. This is why your butt stayed in prison. Oh, now you want to run.
I just want to be by you.
And give you a little rub down with some lotion.
We're trying.
This ain't no Whitney Houston moment, yo.
Oh, and speaking of superpowers, Gert has a dinosaur that she can order around.
FYI.
Are you serious?
We can save Andre. I mean, we have to at least try.
I still think a plan would be very prudent, however. Let our powers combine. Like, do these suits even get dry cleaned? Do they just sit in this musty old basement till the next sacrifice, or what?
I was just wondering what happened. I'm sorry, this isn't one of your grass-fed, free-range sacrifices, but whatever Jeffrey did.
Where does one find the organic sacrifices these days?
I was so worried about you.
So this is how you show your worry. Okay. Alex says, I need to get kidnapped more often.
Maybe there's an explanation. I mean, they have to be doing all of this for a reason, right?
Look, I know you're feeling warm and fuzzy, Chase, but no.
Good reason.
That little boy had hopes and dreams, yo. That was just not right.
You can all leave now.
Dismissed. Yeah, you're all being used. I don't know how you haven't figured this out yet.
The more I learn about you, the more I realize that you're just not a good person. Just get out. I want to be alone.
Who?
This is
My house.
Hey,
Just a reminder, you are not in a white household,
Well, you heard
child.
Darius, and you know what? You stay here. I'll sleep in the guest house.
You rich people options.
I don't want there to be any between us.
Yeah, I think that Mama's gonna take care of Darius. And it ain't gonna be pretty. Violence? This does not coincide with a sparkly demeanor, ma'am. Does this computer need to be so damn loud? Jeez.
I hope in time you'll come to trust me again, too.
Probably not.
That's a time machine.
What?
I mean,
It can't send anyone anywhere like in the movies. It's more like a radio. It can receive visual messages from the future, giving us a glimpse of what life will be like. How did you do this?
What the?
Theory that we'll give it a go?
No, no. Y'all couldn't at least get that in HD? It's the future, we can't get it in HD?
It's an advanced procedure.
For?
The research suggests it can be very effective in cases of
See cancer?
It's a type of brain cancer.
That explains a lot. Still doesn't excuse what you're doing, Pops, but sad. So Chase is not gonna be team bad parents for, oh, wait, what? Yo, guys, there's something on. Something on TV. And it does not look happy.
That Leslie will be disappointed too.
That doesn't help. Them abs, though.
How do you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Ew, it's Dr. Doom. I just want to say for the record that beautiful black boy and his well-moisturized cocoa shade butter skin is what gave that man a little moisturizing. I'm just saying, I said it. I was right. It's Carolyn's grandpa daddy thing. Whew. This is some soap opera level stuff going on now. This is just getting weird. And I like it. Well, guys, that was episode 5, which was called Kingdom. And it was very interesting. As you know, I really like I mentioned this, I think, in the last review, that I really like the pacing of this show. I love the way it just kind of takes these logical steps and moves the plot forward in a... It's always moving forward. I don't feel like we've gone backward in any way with any of these episodes, but we're not being rushed either. Even though I think this also only has maybe 10 episodes overall, something like that. It doesn't feel rushed. It doesn't feel like they're trying to shove everything in. It feels like the pacing is natural. I'm not sure what our culmination point is going to be yet in this season, but I'm excited to find out. Like, I feel like we're getting enough of a nice puzzle being put together that we're going to have a really good payoff for whatever we get to at the end. I guess into some highlights of the episode. Nico figuring out the staff. I like that she's kind of intrinsically picking up how the staff works, because I feel like, again, because we don't have a full, like, 20 episode season at their disposal, we don't really have the time for all the fun things that you typically have where, like, you know, to see her mess around and get things wrong and fumble around with the staff. Like, while that'll be fun somewhat to watch, we don't have the time for it. So I kind of like that they're making it seem very natural for Nico to be able to just figure out that the staff reads her mind, or, you know, channels what she's thinking. I think she clearly still has some work in, you know, making sure that she's focused, because I think that's what happened when she was trying to, you know, disable the vehicle with the wand, is that she wasn't really focused. I think she was kind of all over the place. She was under pressure, and so the staff kind of fizzled out. But I think once she figures that out, and also figures out what the staff does, and that's where Nico may have to play a little game with her mom going forward. I mean, clearly she doesn't trust her mom or her dad right now. And the relationship between her and her mom is particularly strained out of her two parents. But her mom clearly knows more about the staff, how the staff works, what it does. And just in the interest of time, it would make sense for Nico, if anything, to take this little opportunity now that her mom's like, oh, we can bond over this weird mystical thing we have in our family. You know, she could use that, knowing why, you know, all the while that she doesn't trust her mom, but still use that leverage to get as much information about the staff as she can. So I think it'll be interesting to see how Nico navigates this going forward, to learn more about the staff and more about what the heck's going on with the group. I found it interesting that Tina brought out the fact that it was, while it was something her mother, well, no, she said, Tina indicated that she had little to no relationship with her mother, and that's very interesting. And it's also it explains a lot about her relationship with Nico. I would not be shocked at all if Amy had a strained relationship also with her mother, or maybe not. Maybe Amy and her mom were really close, and Nico was the one that was more like, I get the sense that Nico and Tina are actually very similar. you know, and that's typically what happens in families with, you know, usually the child that's most like the parent, those are the ones that typically butt heads the most, because they have the same kind of intrinsic behaviors and patterns and the way that they think. And I think that Nico and Tina are actually very similar. They're very stubborn. They're both very independent. They're both very alpha minded. And I think that's why they're butting heads, where I feel like Amy might have been more like their father, a little bit more passive, a little bit more agreeable. So maybe, you know, Tina got along on a relationship level better with Amy, which is why she's probably taking the death so personally, as far as, you know, making her bedroom into a shrine and all of that. It's interesting to hear that Tina didn't have that relationship with her mother. And sadly, as we know, these type of patterns tend to be generational, where if you had a bad relationship with your mother, sometimes it turns you into a, you know, someone who has a hard time making relationships with your children, and, you know, it goes forward and forward and forward. So anyway, it'll be very interesting to see how Nico plays this. And I think all of these kids are going to come to a point where it's going to be very difficult for them to make the hard choices if it comes down to it, because they all have some type of tie or some type of tether to their parents outside of just the fact that they're just their blood relation. I guess that dovetails into the whole situation with Victor. The whole ringing thing, we've heard that since this second episode. We heard, you know, the ringing that Victor was hearing, and I wasn't sure how much of that was real versus imagined. Like, I thought maybe it was a stress-induced kind of mini panic attack that he was going through. But as soon as he said nanites, I was like, oh my God, he's got cancer. He must be having some issues. So that is why he's been, apparently this is why he's having the issues figuring out the technology with whatever the heck is going on in the Chamber of Secrets, and also probably explains the extreme mood changes that he's had in the last little while, how he goes from being kind of okay to panicky to really warm. You know, anyone who's ever met somebody who's dealt with any type of mass in the brain and how it can affect it's a crazy how it can affect your emotions. And so it's one of those things where it's you know, I like that the show's making it a little murky. You know, I love any show that doesn't just give us like, the parents are mustache twirling villains and they just want to kill everybody. Yeah. You know, it's usually never that simple. And I like that they're showing that there's more going on. And again, with the fathers, which is so different here. The fathers are really the layered characters when it comes to this emotional side, in that we've got Victor, who obviously, I'm not absolving any of these parents. They're all doing horrible things. As the kids brought out very plainly, they're killing people, and that's not okay, no matter what the reasoning is behind it. However, to say that they're all out and out awful people is just very simplistic. It's not that simple. And in the case of Victor, you know, this last episode, the one before this, and of course more of this episode, it really shows that he does love his son. He does love Chase, you know, in his own way, probably more than anything. But, you know, people who are very highly cerebral often have a hard time translating how they feel emotionally towards people. So that's probably one thing he's always struggled with. But also now, because of this tumor, you know, he's just not himself. And the fact that he chose to confide in Chase in that moment says a lot about how he feels about Chase. And that, you know, I think he feels that kinship of like, we're both nerds, and we're also both science nerds, and just, you know, everything that moment had. It was very genuine and very sweet. And I really liked that, you know, it just kind of gave us that warm, fuzzy feeling for a little bit, and kind of almost half made you forget the fact that this man is engineering an instrument of death for poor homeless teenagers. Now even Chase is like, well, you know, I get what our parents is doing is wrong, but my dad's not all evil and he's kind of dying. That was just a kind of a really cool side storyline. And again, I love how they're showing that it's not as black and white for these kids when it comes to just condemning their parents to being, you know, evil, you know, villains. And as far as just, I loved how everything kind of came together, because of course with all the little secrets that our team group had, with Molly being super strong and Nico having the wand and the fistigons that Chase was working on, all these little secrets, you know, micro secrets within the group. I love that it kind of just came together in this moment to save Alex, because, you know, I didn't really want to wait too much longer for everyone to know about everybody, but I was like, well, how are we going to do this where it's not going to become a thing where like, I'm going to tell you, but don't tell them. And because even though these guys have been friends for years, we know they're not particularly close. So we kind of needed an event to force all these truths out in a way that no one would really get super judgy about it or upset about it, but also that it was just out there. So I like that, you know, Alex's rescue was what got everything out there, and it's kind of like, okay, now we know all the cards are on the table, we know what we're working with now, and we can start planning accordingly with, you know, a much better idea of what we actually have to work with when it comes to this taking down whatever the hell Pride's doing. I thought that was really well done, and I loved that they kind of just reacted the way I expect teenagers to react, where kind of half of, holy crap, really? And then, that's really cool. As for side drama, of course, the whole love thing. Well, last episode I said that Carolina wasn't really into anybody, but it turns out she looks like she's got a little thing going on for Nico, so that's a new development. She either bats for both teams or just one, we don't know yet, but yeah, she clearly seemed a little bit disappointed when she saw that Nico and Alex have got a little something going on. Again, we're kind of just keeping this trail of really weird, you know, as I mentioned before, it's, you know, the whole Gert likes Chase, but Chase likes Carolina. Now we know Carolina likes Nico, but Nico likes Alex, and so hopefully the train will end there because it's already starting to run out of members. We've got no more carts to attach to this love train, so hopefully we'll end there, and none of these relationships or feelings hopefully will get too dramatic, at least in this season, because we've got far bigger issues to deal with. Little side note, with Molly always needing to take a nap after she uses her powers, I'm wondering if it's like a Flash situation where she just needs a snack. I'm thinking like her metabolism starts burning up whenever she channels whatever lights her eyes up, so maybe she just needs to get some like power bars or something. Anyways, I'm hoping that between this group of pretty smart people, someone figures out a way to keep Molly from passing out right after action, because that's not going to go well if there's ever a sustained battle of any kind. And then also talking about role models and kind of differing viewpoints, the whole thing between Alex and his father, you know, hearing the story of what actually happened in the prison with Papa Wilder and why Darius is carrying this torch of anger for him, that's a huge deal. It is a huge, huge deal to ask someone to take a murder rap for you, which, first of all, I'm sorry, Darius, but I can't feel all that sorry for you because, bruh, you're a brother in America and you took a murder rap for somebody? Are you crazy? Is you crazy? That right there was just Darwin Awards. I'm sorry. You kind of deserved what you got there. But digressing, all the same, I get it, brothers and all that stuff. Yes, it was very low of, well, I shouldn't say low. It's kind of one of those weird catch-22s, because on the one side of things, it wasn't fair for Papa Wilder to go and move up to the nice part of town and be getting all this residual income for all of his investments and basically have the money continue to flow. And obviously he did not tell Darius about the fact that he had a $5 million property on his hands. But, you know, that was not cool. But at the same time, even though Darius doesn't know it now and probably never will, you know, Greg kind of saved him. You know, like if he was part of this, he would have had to become part of this whole Gaborum thing most likely. And I mean, for all the dark and dirty things that Darius has done, I'm pretty sure sacrificing teenagers is probably not up there. It's sad that in a weird way he'll never know that he really did dodge a major bullet where that's concerned. But in the same respect though, yeah, Papa Wilder should have just paid that man some money a while ago, like, or even at least said, I'm going to take care of your grandmother going forward. Point is, he deserves some of this vitriol that Darius is throwing his way, but again, I did not agree with him grabbing Alex. I don't actually think he would have hurt. Well, actually, no, he did shoot at Alex, so never mind. Darius is gonna die. Bottom line, Darius is gonna die because Mama Wilder did not listen. That woman is cold as ice. Cold as ice. Papa Wilder thinks he was a G. He has no idea what a G is. Wait till you find out when this mama bear decides to make sure that nobody comes for her baby again. Darius is going to come up missing. Let's just put it that way. Darius is about to come up missing. The only other highlight was the time machine. That just came out of left field. Like, what? I'm sitting there thinking Dad was like, oh, I made a super suit, or I did something else. A time machine. Just a small, you know, just working on something, fiddling on it when I was in grad school. Just thought I'd create a time machine. Jeez, man, I wish I was smart and rich. But anyway, he created something to be able to get reflections from the future, which I think is really cool. Obviously, we didn't see this time machine and also see that it works for no reason. I feel like at some point Chase is going to see that bad boy again and see that the future is very grim. Good episode. Like, another gem. Like, Marvel's coming out with some really great small screen gems lately. Runaways, amazing. Gifted, amazing. Like, they keep this up, I'm telling you. Like, I'm sorry, but RIP DC. Thanks for coming out. I mean, I love Me the Flash, don't get me wrong. I love Me the Flash, and I think they're doing a great job with it, but bruh, Marvel's bringing it. They are bringing it hard, and I am enjoying every second of it. What did you guys think of this episode? Are you feeling like I am, that these parents are maybe not quite as evil or bad as they're, as they're coming off to be, and there's going to be a real genuine struggle with these kids on what to do when the time comes? And also, what do you think this picture of the future that we saw for just a glimpse really means? Are we talking like apocalypse here, or do we think it's directly related to what the Pride is doing? Please, guys, put your predictions and comments below. You know I love to read them. You guys have always made such great conversation for me to enjoy. And guys, if you like this video, you know I'd love it if you click that like button. If you want to see more from this geeky little face, please click that subscribe. Until next time, see ya.